Hi guys, this is Lilac Spectrum back again with another book review, and my first video was on The Covenant by Beverly, and so as it is fitting, I'm gonna do the next book in that series, which is The Betrayal. And I don't have the second one on me. Again, my mom, we couldn't find the first few in the series at her house. We found like the fourth and fifth, and so I have to kind of just show you a picture at the beginning of this video, maybe put it as a thumbnail or whatever, and that's how you'll know what it looks like. But it, of course, with books, fronts change, so don't feel bad, just look up The Covenant for that one. And then now we're going to talk about The Betrayal, and I'll leave the name below with her name spelled out, so you won't feel like, what is she saying? Because I know sometimes that can be kind of hard to understand. Currently, I'm on the third one. I just started it like yesterday. I think, yeah, it was yesterday, really. And so, by the time you see this, I may even be done with it and have the next video up. But by the time you see this one, it may be just so far out that I'm like already on the fifth one or whatever. I'll post vlogs as soon as I can. I am busy with schooling, so they'll just come up when they come up. I'm gonna try to post one at least a week. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. You know, maybe we'll just see how my scheduling goes. I'm so close to being done with school this year, so whenever I get all that done, just go from there. Alright, so basically now we're going to talk about The Betrayal, and like I said, these are books where a lot of stuff actually kind of happens throughout them, and you can't really say anything without saying the plot and without saying what's happening. So if you have not read The Covenant, or if you just want to spoil it for yourself, watch this video. If you haven't read The Covenant, I would suggest you don't watch this video because I'm gonna have to spoil some things, and it's gonna be kind of aggravating when you get ready to read it, unless you're just one of those people who like spoilers. I like spoilers, personally. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want to tell you the spoiler because then it's gonna make you not want to watch it or read it or whatever. No, honestly, I'd rather know the spoiler so I don't have to cry my eyes out or whatever. So, the Betrayal is basically Leah's boyfriend or fiance at the time is off at Ohio doing some work with some family or friends. I think it's family. Anyway, he's off doing some work, some woodworking stuff, and Leah is at home, and she ends up sending her sister off in her place. Like, she and Jonas decide, well, why don't you come down here? And she's like, okay, I'll come down there. And then because of Sadie's baby dying, or supposedly dying, we really don't find much out about the baby. So she has a baby in the first one, and Sadie, and we kind of like find out the baby's still alive. And then you kind of, when you read a book like that and it kind of like ends abruptly, by the next book you kind of find out what happens with the rest of it, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, that sums it up, that finishes it off, that makes sense, da 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 da, and you can kind of make things be at peace with it. But like the second one, it doesn't even address the baby. I mean, it does, it addresses it like every other word. Every other chapter there's somebody talking about this baby, but we don't ever see, like, from the doctor if the baby's alive, and then Leah kind of makes it sound like the baby's been buried, and so we really don't know. I mean, at this moment you kind of have to believe the baby's dead, but you don't want to say, you're saying, well, it's gonna come back, the doctor has the baby, because that's where it left off, was the doctor had the baby, it woke up, it was okay, and he put it in an incubator. And so we don't really know what's happening now. So anyway, Sadie's really depressed with the whole situation with the baby, and she ends up, like, she's just really gloomy, like, all the time. And so Leah says, well, I'll send you off, you can go in my place and you can, you know, get away from all this. So then she goes, and then her best friend, Sadie's best friend, ends up telling him what happened. She doesn't know about the baby, but then she goes to the pastor about it, and then Leah has to tell them about the baby, because, you know, it's not just this thing that she was running around with a guy who was, you know, not Amish. It was she got pregnant by this guy. You just kind of have to tell them all everything happened. So it was kind of sad because, you know, she had to betray her sister, and she really didn't want to, but it just has to happen. It had to happen. And So they get in touch with the family, and then they get in touch with her eventually, and they're basically gonna shun her. And so it's kind of sad because you're like, dog, you know, like you kind of, or me personally, I get attached to characters, and so like when there's a family and there's stuff happening to the family, you're like, that's my family, you know. It's kind of like, you know, I mean, you don't necessarily cry your eyes out when things happen, but you kind of get kind of emotional. You're like, oh dang, you know. So so she's finally been told she's gonna get shunned if she doesn't come back or repent, and you can tell that she doesn't want to do that. And then stuff starts happening, and it's close to Leah's wedding date, and then all of a sudden, well, Sadie gets mad that she tells on her, that Leah tells on her, and so Sadie starts holding Leah's letters, and she makes it so where that Jonas can't get in touch with Leah, or he can send a letter off, but Leah's response never gets to him, so he is in the idea that she's not responding to him, and all this weird stuff's happening. I don't want to tell you the whole plot because, like I said, you know, there's a lot I'm not telling you. There's a lot that you're missing out on if you don't read these series. So, like I said, it ends kind of badly, and you're like, ugh, you know, and you're like, I need the next one. And even though these were written in like 2000, the copyright's 2005, so maybe late 1990s, early 2000, and this is the 5th one, so it's probably about 2000 that these were starting to be written, and it may be a little bit before then. So even though these are kind of older books, they're like, you know, almost 20 years old, not quite 20 years old, but you know, I don't really know when the first one was written and published, but you think it's almost 20 years old, and it's still like, wow, you know, and maybe it's just me, but it still reads like a reality TV show, even though there is Amish language scattered throughout it, and it's not hard to understand or anything like that. You can still understand what they're saying and all that, but it reads like a freaking reality TV show, like the Kim Kardashian show or whatever that's called. I don't watch that show, but I know that sounds stupid, but like Dance Moms, you know, like they have all that drama, and it's got drama, and it's like an olden times reality show for Amish people. Have you ever seen the Breaking Amish show and you like that show? This will be a book you probably would like because it's like that. I mean, there's pregnancies, there's stealing my man. The sister ends up stealing the boy, supposedly. We don't really know because I'm only on the 3rd one, but anyway. It's like a reality show, and it's like you can't look away. It's like the train wreck that you can't look away. So it's a really good book, and I suggest anybody out there who like the show like Breaking Amish, maybe you might like this book because it's just like that, except in a book and slightly more Amish than they were. They don't act Amish once they get out there, but it's kind of like Breaking Amish. So if you like Breaking Amish, maybe you would like this. So I didn't really say before in the other videos, but The Covenant I gave 5 stars, The Betrayal I gave 5 stars because I just really enjoyed them. And I think a book, if you end up wanting to read the next book so much that you literally put everything down and go to the library and get the next one, it just automatically deserves 5 stars. Usually I don't write too many reviews on Goodreads unless I just absolutely hate the book and there's stuff I need to say and I need to vent. But usually if it's 5 stars, I'm just going to give it 5 stars and move on. Unless I just absolutely loved it. And I really did like this book, but at that time that I finished it, I was so busy with school, I couldn't really write a review. So this is my review. So, and like I said, I love reading. So if you have any books that you want me to read and review, there's a big chance I did read them and I just didn't ever review them on Goodreads. And if you want a review for this story or for this channel, just send them below, or you can go on Twitter or wherever you want to go. One of those places is the best place to reach me. So yeah, just shoot me something and I'll get them and I'll read them if I have to, or review them if I'm just read them recently. I do have a huge stack of books right now that I'm trying to go through. Not necessarily means I'll go through everyone and review them all. If I feel certain ways toward them, I will, but it's not necessarily going to be like, oh, I'm going to review every single one. So, anyway, if you liked this video, click like below. Yay. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey everybody, if you would like to, click the subscribe button. And if you want to get any new updates on books I'm reading or things I'm doing, click on the Twitter button. Thanks!